doing? This is Ruben once again with Philosophy. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked any of my past videos, please subscribe, please comment, please like the video. It will be greatly appreciated. Today I want to talk about focusing on the next step. Focusing on that step right in front of you. Focusing on the next logical step. Most people focus on the whole thing. Yes, it's okay to achieve fame. You must achieve fame, your ultimate goal. For example, maybe your ultimate goal is to be financially independent, which means that your efforts are independent of the money coming in. Money is just coming in. That's your goal, to be financially independent, so you can have more free time to do whatever you want to do. Focus on other dreams, and the money just keeps coming in. Maybe that's your ultimate goal. That's your chief aim. But what is the next step? What is the step in front of you? What most people do is they read books like Think and Grow Rich, or all these self-help books, or all these books on the law of attraction, and those books say you must focus on your chief aim, you must focus on a goal, and whatever that goal is, it will manifest if you have the right thoughts, and so on and so on. You know, if you read books like The Secret or watch the movie The Secret that talks about the law of attraction, it talks about and it gives testimonies of all these people who dream of a yacht, dream of a big house, dream of of this and that, all these big dreams, and they came true. What they don't talk about is about focusing on the next step. Every single person who has manifested big dreams and really started from nothing, they focus on one step at a time. They didn't just focus on that big dream, on that Ferrari, on that big house, on those millions of dollars. That was the chief aim, and they thought about it, but they knew that they had to cross one step at a time. If you're trying to get from Dallas to New York, I don't care how much you believe or how much faith you may have or how good you are, you're going to get there one step at a time, 1 mile at a time. Sure, you could take an airplane and get there faster, and there are means to get to your dreams faster for example, by focusing on the concepts that we offer here in philosophy and studying them and getting them to unconscious competence for them to become naturally. You get there faster, sure. By doing some tapping and using TFT and getting rid of those emotional blocks that you may have. I'm sure you can get there faster, but you still must walk one block at a time, one step at a time, wherever you are at. If you've never made more than $1,000 all at once, you can just focus on $1 million and expect to get it. That is why most people fail, and most people don't reach their dreams, and most people say that law of attraction doesn't work, or that these goal setting self-help courses don't work, because what's rarely talked about is focusing on the next logical step, taking it one step at a time. Not only that, but mastering that step before you get to the next step. That's another key. How do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? It's a great metaphor. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. What most people do is they focus on the big thing and they get overwhelmed. That causes frustration. And if that keeps going, you will likely quit. Because you're focusing on the whole thing you get overwhelmed. Sure, you may feel good for a day, you may feel good for the second day, but by the third day, you're gonna quit. If you're doing a diet, you're you're energized the first day, but then as hours pass by, it gets more harder. The second it gets harder. You're getting hungry. You're not feeling good. You're feeling cranky because you're changing your habits. Feeling cranky because you're thinking about all the other days you're gonna feel cranky as well. All the other days that you're gonna feel hungry as well. You get overwhelmed. You're looking at the whole thing. You're trying to eat that elephant all at once. It can't happen. You must focus on the next logical step. What is the next logical step? Okay, my chief aim is making $1 million a year. Well, I haven't made more than 60,000. What is my next logical step? Well, let me make 60,000. If I'm making 50,000 now, well, let me focus on making 60,000. And when you get there, well, then let me focus on making 80,000. When you get there, let me focus on making 100,000. Okay, and once you get there, maybe you could believe higher. Okay, now let me make 200,000. It went up 100%. Okay, well, then you get there, let me focus on 400,000. And so on till you get up to 1 million. That is how dynasties and royal families started. It started with one person focused on the next logical step. Not just that first person who decided to change the DNA vibration, the structure, the belief structure of their family. It didn't start with the first guy moving on to royalty. It took maybe one, two, maybe three generations for them to reach this high level of success. With the tools that we offer here today, that is offered in nowadays, for example, like the tools on tapping, getting rid of emotional blocks, all the self-help, especially what philosophy offers, you can get there faster and you could reach dreams that, you know, are beyond your imagination. But you must take it one step at a time. And don't get impatient and don't get greedy. Slow and steady, that's the route, that's the best route. Because you'll build confidence and life will become more enjoyable. What people do is they want to get from 0 to 100 in an instant because they're impatient and they're greedy. What is the next logical step? It's like a car. Okay? You have a 10-year-old car, but your goal is to drive one day your dream car is a Bentley or a Ferrari. Well, if you have a 10-year-old car, it's gonna be really hard for you to believe for a Bentley or Ferrari. And if you focus on that, if that is your focus, you're gonna fail. You're not gonna reach your dreams because you're gonna get frustrated and you're gonna get overwhelmed and you're gonna quit. If I tell you right now, focus on $1 million, focus on $1 million, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. If you never made more than 100,000, 50,000, you're gonna stay broke. Because you must focus on one step at a time, and we're all different. And I've talked about this before. This is not a race. This is not a race. There's nobody racing. We're all different. And wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. Because that's the route that deep inside, if we go deeper, if you believe in reincarnation or lives before, I want you to consider that you chose this life. You chose where you are at, where to start off. And guess what? This journey that you are at, no matter where you are at, this journey that you're about to go on is the best journey for you and you will enjoy it better much better than if you were to get from here to your ultimate goal in an instant. I promise you that. You know, in the biblical scripture, it talks about how God has a plan for you. Whatever your plan is, trust me, that's the best plan for you, and that's the most enjoyable plan for you. That's the plan that you will enjoy more than any other plan. The plan that is in front of you, the journey that is in front of you. It's like a car. You have a 10-year-old car. Your ultimate goal is to get a Bentley Ferrari. Well, focus on getting a 5-year-old car. That's something you can believe in. Okay, I can believe I could get a 5-year-old car. I have a 10-year-old car, but I can believe I could get a 5-year-old car. So you work on it, and in the next 3 to 6 months, you get a 5-year-old car. Then from there, your belief will go up, your confidence will go up, and you say, well, now I have a 5-year car. I want to get a 1 or 2-year-old car, a 1-year-old car or 2-year-old car, and in 3 to 6 months, you get that 1-year-old car or 2-year-old car. Then from there, you'll believe, well, you know what? I believe I can actually get a brand new car. Get a brand new car. You know, maybe like a Honda or a Nissan or Toyota or Ford. In the next 3 to 6 months, you get that new car. And then from there, you could say, well, now I could believe I could get maybe a low-end BMW, you know, or like a 5-year-old Audi or a Lexus or a 3-year-old Lexus, you know. You get there. In 3 to 6 months, you get there. And then from there, you could believe, well, I believe I could actually get a brand new BMW, a brand new Lexus, or an Audi, or a Cadillac. Then 3 to 6 months, you get there. And then you're like, well, finally, I can believe I can get a Bentley. That is how it works. That is how it works. Taking it one step at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. If you're at work, in any situation, any challenge that you may have, anything you're trying to overcome, if you focus on one bite at a time, what is the next logical step? You can overcome anything and everything. Let me repeat that again. You can overcome anything and everything if you just focus on that one bite and that one step. What is the next logical step? What is the next thing I must do? If it's your health, okay, what is the next logical step? Well, let me get together a good diet that I believe could work well for me. So you start making research. Then you get there, what is the next logical step? Well, get all the things together. Let me start buying the food. Let me start buying the supplements. Let me figure out how I'm gonna exercise. I'm going to exercise. If you get there, what is the next logical step? Well, finally take into action. Day one begins, and so on that. And you focus on that day one. Try to not focus. Live in the present moment. Live in the present moment. We hear a lot about being in the present. Being in the present moment. Live in the present moment. There's a lot of techniques out there that can help you be more in the present moment. There's a great author by the name of Eckhart Tolle. One of his most famous books, popular books, is called The Power of Now. It's a great book that, if you read, could help you focus more on the present moment and calm you down. With technology today, I mean, look at all the technology that we take for granted. You know, I'm reading these biographies and autobiographies of these super wealthy, successful people, or successful people in whatever field, back in the 1900s, 1950s, or even 20, 30 years ago. They didn't have no such thing as computers or phones to look at videos on YouTube and get information. You know what they had to do to get information on anything? They had to go to the library and then look for the book. And even if they get lucky, they'll find it. They'll find something and just read. You see how much technology we take for granted? Right now, you could get on your smartphone and get on YouTube or get on Google and look up all this information that can change your life. There's hundreds of videos. Put in self help, put in how to lose weight. You'll find out tons of free information that will help you. That information we take for granted, all technology we take for granted. You should be waking up with bliss and excitement every single day of your life. If anything, be appreciative. So, what is it? You focus on the next logical step, that one bite at a time. Don't be impatient and don't be greedy. What is the next logical step? And whatever dream you have, you can overcome anything and everything. You can reach any dream you want. Just don't be impatient, don't be greedy. Focus on the next logical step. Focus on one bite at a time. Be in the present moment. Like talk about look up videos. If you're having time with your mind, if you tend to think a lot or whatnot, do look up the video I did on tapping on the TFT technique, the Roger Callahan technique. Do tapping, that'll help. Go online and look up meditation. Meditation helps a lot to slow down the mind. You know, the TFT procedure, the TFT technique, it'll take away, it'll blow out the negative emotion that you may have at the moment. If you're doing a diet and you have cravings, just do the technique, get rid of your cravings. If you're impatient, you're feeling whatever, do the technique, get rid of it. Focus on one step at a time. Then what is the next logical step? Focus on each day one time, one piece at a time. Here's another technique for you to become more present. If look at something that's around you. For example, I'm in a couch right here, a leather couch. Okay, touch the leather couch and tell yourself this is the leather couch. This is the side. This is the arm rester here on this leather couch, and touch it, feel it. If you're driving, touch the steering wheel. Say this is a black steering wheel. Right. Oh, that's a blue wall that I'm looking at. There's a white door. You know, in most countries, when they're doing a driving test, they actually do real driving tests, which the instructor is beside you and you're driving, and you have to talk. You have to talk. You have to communicate what's in your surroundings, and you have to look straight. Okay, in front of me is a white van, uh, and next to it is a red car, and to the left of it it's a blue Jeep, and it looks like there's a light coming up, and the light is yellow and it's red now. I'm stopping. That's how most driving tests outside of America are. They actually do real driving tests. Be more in the present moment. Be more alert. Most people are they're like dazed, and they are not focused on their surroundings. You have to be in present time. You have to be living in the moment. You know, I went to a concert not too long ago, actually a couple of days ago. I went to a concert, and it was shocking to me how most of the crowd, I have to say at least like 98, 99% of the crowd had their phones on throughout the whole concert, recording the guy on stage. Instead of living in the moment and appreciating the concert, they're looking at their phone, and they're trying to record the moment instead of enjoying the moment. Sure, it's okay to take pictures every now and then, and maybe like a couple minute video, of course, for memory. There's nothing wrong with that. But these people had the phone on the whole freaking concert. It was shocking and funny to me. It was shocking. We're living in a time where everything people want instantly. They just thinking about the future nonstop, thinking about the future nonstop. They're putting a lot of resistance on the present moment. Thus, your vibration is not free as it should be. The vibration you're sending out to the universe or to God is not free. It's like blocking itself because you're just thinking too much about the future and will it happen, will it not happen. It's like like a car. You hitting the gas and the brake at the same time. You're not going anywhere. Live in the present moment and focus on that one bite at a time. One bite at a time, and what is the next logical step? And master that step before you go on to the next. It's another thing we're missing. People just want to get ahead, or move on, move on, move on, move on, without mastering the step that you are in. We we miss a lot of this in school. In school, there's kids that are in middle school, high school, and they can't even read well. They can't even write well. They don't know punctuation, spelling. We're missing a lot of that, and that's such a key principle to success. Don't be impatient and don't be greedy. We look at all these commercials, the 5 minute abs, how to lose weight in 30 days, how to lose a pound in the first 5 days, uh, 10 pounds in the first 5 days, how to get this degree in the fastest way possible. It's all about fastness and moving, instead of slow and steady. People want to get rich. Oh, here's the course on how to make $1 million within the first 6 months. And ridiculous. Instead of taking it slow and steady, one bite at a time, one step at a time, what is the next logical step? And mastering the step you're on. You're watching all these videos. Hey, are you actually taking notes? Are you coming back to those videos to see them some more? Remember, guys, one step at a time. How you gonna FM one bite at a time? What is the next logical step? Master the step you're on before you get to the next one. And live in present time. Live in the present moment. Alright, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, like, comment the video. I'll see you guys next time.